All right, Corey. Another night, another ninth inning rally on deck.
Yes.
Here we go. Reds trail 4-2 in the bottom of the ninth. Cardinals with two solo shots off of the Reds bullpen to take the lead. Spencer Steer step into the plate for the Reds. He'll be followed by Ke'Bryan Hayes and Will Banfield. Talk about that later.
Another night where starting pitching only gives up a couple runs and the offense can't seem to get past it. So same story, different night.
Absolutely. Spencer fouls away the 0-2.
Base runners. We need base runners. Likes for base runners. Yep. We need all the help
Spencer Steer hits that one through the left-hand side. Base hit for leadoff single. And the Reds will bring the tying run to the plate.
There we go. Maybe you're talking into existence, Trace. We need a Saturday night win, man. It's been a little while. Last couple weekends have not been in our favor at all. So it'd be nice to walk away with a win.
Ke'Bryan Hayes looks at the first pitch on the outside corner for strike one. Hayes 0 for 3, 2 ground outs and a line out on the night as he checks that swing on a pitch outside. First base umpire says he went. I didn't think he did, but you know what? I don't have a good angle at it, so it is what it is. The replay shows that he probably did. So we'll go ahead and give first base umpire Steven Jastrzynski his due. But Hayes sends that one the other way into right field for yet another base hit. And just like that, the winning run coming to the plate, Corey.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Haven't had too much of a reason to get excited tonight. I'm glad we waited till tonight or right now to do it. Let's go.
Yeah, and just who you wanted at the dish for that winning run, Will Banfield.
Come on, Willie. Come through in a big spot here. We need you now.
Samuel Basayo, he hit his first career home run for the Orioles earlier today, the young catching prospect. Let's see if Will Banfield can match that and hit his first career home run right here and give the Reds a walk-off win. Wouldn't that be something, Corey?
I'm here for it. As long as we've been here all season long, I haven't been here for a walk-off win, so I'd love to get one in.
Oh, man.
I see everybody in the chat telling me I'm overdressed. I was outside watching the game on the back deck for a little bit before I came in here. So, yes, I do have a hoodie on tonight. We're just going to have to get over it. We have to get past all that. So, let's talk some Reds baseball instead.
Yeah. You'll be served well to turn the chat off here, just in case we do get a big walk-off or something. They'll ruin it for you, Corey.
Good call.
This chat has no remorse. They will ruin it all day for you. All right, Banfield stands in against Leahy. First pitch. Oh, yeah, Banfield's bunting, but it's right back to the pitcher. Easy toss to third base, and Spencer Steer will be erased.
Second night in a row trying to advance the runners has come back to bite us. That's an absolute.
Well, I mean, look, you got to be able to get a bunt down, Corey. You got to be able to get it down, and you got to be able to get it down on the third base line in that situation. And, Banfield hit it to the third base side of the pitching mound, but that was hit hard enough where, quite frankly, nobody even had to charge it. It just made it all the way back to the mound. So not a great effort, but Reds still have runners at first and second for Matt McLean. McLean hit a solo home run in the 7th inning. So let's see if he can work some magic and keep this game going. The 0-1 is fouled back by McLean. Home run in the 7th was a slider that just stood in the middle of the plate. McLean hit it 15 rows back in left field. So a no doubter off the bat of Matt McLean in the 7th. The 0-2 now from Leahy is in the dirt, blocked up well. Reynolds will stay put as Pages keeps that one in front of him. Man, sitting outside watching the game sounds pretty nice to me, Corey.
Actually, it really wasn't bad, man. Had a little fire going in the whole 9 yards. So, yeah, it's been a pretty good Saturday. It'd be nice to end it with a win.
I like that. Did we get a volleyball win today?
We are on a losing streak. We started off 4-0 and lost all 3 games this week. So, lost this morning in 3 sets. So,
Corey.
Yeah, we need a bounce back big time.
Pitches outside to McLean to even the count at 2 apiece.
Come on, man.
The 2-2 delivery. Swung on and bounced to third base. Third baseman has it easy. He'll step on the bag for the second out of the inning. And the Reds are down to their final out. Back-to-back fielders' choices from Reds hitters.
The inability to get the big hit with runners in scoring position is absolutely killing us right now.
Yep. Talked about it on last night's show. The Reds left 2 men on base 5 different times in yesterday's ball game against the Cardinals. This would, in theory, be the 3rd time tonight they've done the same exact thing. TJ Friedel stands in and looks at strike 1 from Leahy. Friedel 0 for 2 with 2 walks on the night. This one is grounded right back to the pitcher. The pitcher bobbles it, flips it to first. And just like that, Reds get 2 men on but can't do anything with it. And instead, they fall to the St. Louis Cardinals. 4-2 is your final. Corey, let's do a show.
And a bench to bench. Change into the air to deep right field. Back goes Clemente. It's the save. He's done. Get out of here, baseball. It's gone. Oh, my God. Can you believe it? Johnny Bench has tied it up. The Cincinnati Reds win the World Series in 4 straight. It was a sweep. In the dirt. It's a wild pitch. Here comes Walker. The Reds win the pennant. Larkins won the game. That ball is fair. Cincinnati's ahead. 2 games to none. Welcome, Joe Randa to Cincinnati. Adam Dunn has done it again. Benzinger backing and calling. And the 1990 World Championship belongs to the Cincinnati Reds.
Marty, yes. This is Adam from Milwaukee. Hey, Adam, how you doing? I'm good. How are you? Good. Do you think Scott Hatteberg's a good player?
Dunn up there with the bases loaded, the outfield deep and around toward right, and the 1-0 on the way to the plate. Swung on, long drive, right field, and this one belongs to the Reds.
And a high drive, hit back into deep right field. Junior has just knocked the door down to the 500 club. Benson's first home run is a walk-off winner. That ball had a family.
And De La Cruz is, oh my goodness, look at this kid run. My, oh my, that is a triple.
Matt McLean's first big league bomb. Spencer Steer's first big league hit is a home run to straightaway center field. Joey Votto's done it again. The pitch. Votto swings high in the air. Right field. Yes! He pointed to the dugout to say, I told you. That is Joey Votto's 315th career go-ahead ribby. Only Johnny Bench had more as a Red.
And I can't tell you how much it means to play in front of everyone here in Cincinnati as a Red. What a gift. What a tremendous gift. So thank you. Thank you.
I think I can speak for all of Reds country. Joey Votto, thank you.
High drive, left center field, racing back to the Laurent Bourgeois. The Reds are National League Central Division champions. In the air, left center field. Did he? He did! He did!
Chatterbox Reds, welcome in Corey Phillips, Craig Sandlin here on what is going to be yet another frustrating night of Cincinnati Reds baseball. Reds drop 4-2 to the St. Louis Cardinals. Now just half a game ahead of the Cardinals in the standings. Luckily, the Mets lost earlier today to the Miami Marlins, so still 5 games back in the wild card. But Corey, talked about it on last night's show. This season just feels like it is slipping away and slipping away fast.
Yeah, absolutely. It's we're relatively healthy and don't really have much to pinpoint it on as far as health wise is concerned. It's just an absolute ineptitude at the plate and not able to take advantage of another two-run outing from a starting pitcher. And your bullpen comes in and gives a couple solo shots that feel like absolute daggers, because when you can't score runs, solo homers even feel like daggers around here. So it's another disappointing night. It's hard to pick yourself up off the mat after this one. Not being swept all year. It looks like we have the possibility of being swept 2 times in a row and absolutely letting the season slide away from us. But it was a dagger of a night, man. But it's gonna be hard to twist this into a decent show. But let's give it our best shot.
Well, we'll do our best shot. There's a couple of things that I think we can talk about on the positive side. There's definitely some negative things that are willing to be talked about as well. For a team that against the Dodgers earlier this week struck out 19 times, Corey, the Reds strike out 0 times on Saturday night against the St. Louis Cardinals. And guess what? That was the first time that the Reds have not struck out in a game since June of 1997. That was an MLB record. 1 game shy of 4,500 regular season games. And guess what, Corey? The last time they won a game without striking out,
yep,
lost that one too.
I knew it was coming.
So here we go. Reds offense just continues to struggle. At one point tonight, they were up to 10 ground ball outs. I have to look and see exactly where they ended up on this one, but just, you're facing a pitcher in McGreevy that throws 7 different pitches. It's a junk baller. I've talked about it in the past that I think this Reds team really struggles against junk ballers. And they did it again tonight. They didn't strike out at all, and yet can't really muster more than 2 runs. And one of them was a solo home run from Matt McLean, and the other one was in the first inning. So I don't know what you really make of it, other than just this offense is not built for Great American Ballpark. This offense is not in a position where they are confident right now, and they're stuck trying to make the most out of things, and it just feels like they're pressing. I think they know that the season is slipping away from them, and unfortunately what that means is that they're pushing and they're trying to get things done, and it just they're forcing the issue, and it's just not working out for them. Put the ball in play a lot today, but not enough, and not with enough power. I just, this offense, I don't know what to say about it other than just it is really, really not fun to watch.
Yeah, it's definitely boring baseball when you end up with, 7 hits on the night, or no, end up with 8 hits and can only scratch across 2 runs. It's like you say, not having enough power, not putting the ball in the gaps when you need them to. There's a couple big defensive plays tonight made by the Cardinals. One that was coming to mind is the rocket that Matt McLean hit to third base. Guy makes a heck of a play on it. So those are plays that seem to be made against the Cincinnati Reds that the Cincinnati Reds don't seem to make against everybody else with the defensive woes. I mean, you saw it in the first inning with the pop-up, and everybody's kind of looking at each other standing there, and the pop-up, it hits the ground, and we end up with a double play to get out of the inning. It's kind of looked like a microcosm of the Cincinnati Reds season. Never looks great. Somehow it ended up working out in the end, but I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what the answer is. You're exactly right. Our lineup's just not built for this ballpark. We're not built to hit the home run like we need to in Great American Small Park. So, I mean, you see him trying to do it on a couple different occasions, on 2 nights in a row, trying to move the runner over and play the small ball stuff, and it just never seems to work out in our favor. So, not sure what the answer is, but you're right. It is not fun to watch. It is. It's been an excruciating week, that's for sure.
Yeah, 17 ground ball outs out of the 27 outs the Reds recorded today. Just unbelievable that is the team and the effort and the focus of this front office and this coaching staff at this point, is to try and hit the ball on the ground in Great American Ballpark. is beyond me. You saw what happened when Matt McLean put the ball in the air, hitting a home run to left field. We'll talk about that one in a little bit, but I guess let's chat about how we got there. Let's do our box score recap, Corey, and we'll go from there. As always, your box score recap presented by Nicholas Kirby. Reeling from 4 straight losses and sitting 5 games back in the wild card, the Reds turned to Andrew Abbott looking for a stopper on Saturday night. Michael McGreevy took the ball for the Cardinals, looking to bring the Cardinals within half a game in the standings. Abbott escaped a bases-loaded jam in the first thanks to some terrible baseball by the Cardinals. After Abbott walked Wilson Contreras to load the bases, a pop-up in the infield by Jordan Walker fell between 3 different Reds, but the base runners tried to advance anyway, and Ivan Herrera surrendered himself out at the plate for the 3rd out of the inning. The Reds took advantage of the momentum they were gifted as Elly De La Cruz singled and scored on a Gavin Lux double in the bottom of the first. Lux's hit came on the 10th pitch of his at-bat. Abbott struggled to find the strike zone in the 4th. He walked 2 and hit another before Nathan Church poked a single through the right side, driving in 2 runs, giving the Cardinals a 2-1 lead after the 36-pitch inning for Abbott. Abbott bounced back and threw 8 of his 9 pitches for strikes in the 5th inning, striking out 2 to finish his day. Final line for Abbott: 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Scott Barlow walked 2 en route to loading the bases in the 6th, but struck out Mason Wynn to escape without damage. Connor Phillips came in for the 7th, but allowed a solo home run to Wilson Contreras to extend the Cardinals' lead to 3-1. Reds got into the Cardinals' bullpen in the 7th, and Matt McLean took advantage as he hit a solo home run deep to left field to pull the Reds back within 1 run. Pedro Pages, however, continued his hot streak in the 8th, taking Zach Maxwell's slider just over the fence in left field to put the Cardinals back on top by 2 at 4-2. The Reds were able to get 2 men on with no outs in the bottom of the 9th, but 3 straight ground balls leave the Reds with 2 men on, and they dropped the game 4-2. Reds have now lost 5 straight for the first time this season and stand at 500 on the year. The Mets lost earlier in the day, so they'll stay pat at 5 games back in the standings, but now just sit a half game ahead of the Cardinals in the NL Central with tomorrow's series finale on deck. And Corey, we did have a deep drive of the game. It goes to Matt McLean. Matt McLean, his 12th home run of the year, a deep home run into left center field. 105.2 off the bat with a 25-degree launch angle. Makes that a 406-foot home run for the Reds second baseman. It increased the Reds' win probability by 13.4% all the way up to 30.5 as they trailed 3-2. And unfortunately, that became 0 as the Reds fall 4-2. All right, let's start with Abbott. I mean, some highs and some lows out of him, which quite frankly seems like it's been par for the course of late for Abbott. Tonight, not a terrible outing by any means, only gives up 2 runs, and he felt like he had given the Reds enough to win the game, but the 4 walks were really damaging, and ultimately that's what cost Abbott in the end. Both of those walks in the 4th inning coming around to score on the Nathan Church single. You know, for a guy who typically does not have a super high strikeout number, obviously struck out 7 tonight in 5 innings, but you know, you can't give up free bases, and unfortunately that's what Abbott did today, and it came back to bite him.
Yep, the free bases absolutely come back to haunt you. You could just kind of see it, man. He labored through it, got through that first inning circus, and then once he gets out of that, he comes back in the second inning and almost seemed like he was a little bit mad. Mows him right down 1-2-3, has a pretty good looking third, but then he just almost got to hit a wall there in the 4th. You could just kind of see him laboring through it. I don't know if it's fatigue or what it is at this point in the season, but it was you could just kind of see him struggling through it. What was it, 2 walks and a hit by pitch, and then of course the single gets through, and it's that here we go again feeling all of a sudden. So yeah, I mean, what do you say about Andrew Abbott? He's had a tough time of it the second half of the year. So since the All-Star break, his numbers have been on the slide, but still a good outing. I mean, he was able to come back out in the 5th after throwing, I think he had 87 pitches when he comes back out in the 5th inning. So being able to give us that 1 more and stay out of the bullpen does definitely benefit you in the long run. But Another night where your starting pitching only gives up a couple runs and your offense just can't get through it. So I feel bad for the pitching staff sometimes, man, because we've been having a pretty good way of it and just haven't been able to have the outcomes that we need.
Yeah, that hit by pitch in the fourth proved costly. Obviously, Pedro Pages working a really good at bat. The seventh pitch of the at bat is the one that hits him after he had fouled off 5 pitches. All of those 5 pitches were up and out. Abbott looking to change Pages' eye level, goes down and in and catches him on the back leg, actually, which was interesting. It was a sweeper that came in and just kept coming into Pages and hit him. And next batter is, as we mentioned, Nathan Church, able to single on a ground ball right back up the middle, and Jordan Walker and Thomas Saggese score. So, yeah, I mean, it just, it's one thing to walk guys here and there, and that'll happen. But when you walk, 4 guys, including 3 free bases in an inning, it's bound to come back and bite you. And, it feels like the Reds have had opportunities, though. And, you look at tonight, and the 9th inning was the 3rd time that they left 3 men on base. And despite the fact that they didn't strike out, they muster only 8 hits and 2 runs. The lack of clutch hitting, I guess, really has been very apparent for this team, and certainly has led to one of the reasons why, at least, that they seem to be sitting in this position at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. Another night where it's 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position, another 8 runners left on base. So I don't know. What do you say that hasn't been said a million times? It's a frustrating time to be a Cincinnati Reds fan, but we keep right on chugging, and we'll be right back here tomorrow to live and die with every pitch. But I don't know what the answer is, man. We're gonna have to find some juice in the offseason, hit the weight room, do something. I mean, we're gonna have to put some juice into this lineup, because without it, the big hit's not coming. It's just we're gonna sit and wait for it, and it's just not coming. So,
yeah. Connor Phillips comes in. He pitches the 7th inning, gives up a solo home run to Wilson Contreras. Wilson Contreras was 0 for 17 at that point in a row. So that was a little bit of a slump buster for him. 20th home run on the year, but hadn't had a hit in 17 straight at bats. And then Zach Maxwell. Look, I don't really know what to say about this one other than Pedro Pages is on a tear. But, when you look at the pitch by Maxwell, it was, he's going up against Pedro Pages in the 8th. And Maxwell at that point had struck out the first 2 batters of the inning with Nolan Gorman and Thomas Saggese. He's ahead 2-2 in the count, and just leaves a slider over the middle of the zone, and Pages makes him pay. I'm going to chalk that up to just young and lack of control of his pitches sometimes. But when you have a 100-mile-an-hour fastball and you've thrown 4 straight, I guess he only threw 3 of them, 3 fastballs to him. He had thrown 2 cutters as well. Then he tries to slide in that slider, which he doesn't normally throw to right-handed batters, which is interesting. Left it out over the middle of the plate, and Pages made him pay 395 feet to left center. Anything to say about Maxwell in general? I guess he had 3 strikeouts on the night, looked good in those 3 strikeouts, all of them swinging, all of them made the batter look a little silly, but still, nonetheless, here we are giving up a home run.
Yeah, I mean, the home run's a mistake pitch. That seems to be if he can control that, just that one that gets away from him. I'm not sure exactly what the answer is as far as what to tell him to do, but he has 5 strikeouts in Arizona, but gives up the 1 home run, has 3 strikeouts tonight, looks really good, but that one that gets away from him is an absolute dagger. And when you're giving, if it's a seeing eye single, it's a different story. But when you're giving up the big fly, whatever we got to do to get Big Sugar to keep him doing that. But you could even feel the electricity in the ballpark when Big Sugar came in, though. First strikeout, guys are on their feet. Second strikeout, it gets a little bit louder. So I'm even thinking in the back of my mind, maybe this is the spark that we need. But he gives up the home run, kind of takes the life out of the stadium, and you go from there. So kudos to the young guy. I thought he looked good. Stuff looks great. He's just got to keep away from that one mistake pitch, man, and keep it together. He come in a big spot tonight, and we absolutely needed him, and it got away from him and Connor Phillips both. I mean, I thought Connor Phillips looked looks pretty decent, but the one that gets away from you is an absolute dagger. What do you do?
Yeah, I think that's one of those things when you're a young pitcher, I think every pitcher, they try to avoid making those mistakes. It just, how bad is the mistake? And for a lot of veterans, they found a way to work it to where their mistakes aren't killers, but a couple of young guys make mistakes and leave pitches out over the zone. And unfortunately, at that point, just not good enough pitches and they take advantage of them and knock them over the wall. So, yeah, I'm still super excited about Zach Maxwell, still firm believer in what he can be for this team moving forward, a high leverage arm, but certainly need to be able to control the pitches and where they go. And, I watched an interesting segment today about Aroldis Chapman from last night's Red Sox broadcast, I think. And they were talking about how Aroldis Chapman, which is shocking, but in all of his career had never really thought about locating his fastball until this year. And he was throwing a bullpen earlier this year and they were using the pitch comm, or maybe it was a spring training or game or whatever, but they were using the pitch comm and the pitch comm said inside fastball. And it was the first time that Aroldis Chapman had ever thought about where he needed to throw his fastball. It had always just been trust your stuff and get it over. Well, the truth of the matter is that when you aim small, you miss small. And now Aroldis Chapman, as a result, is one of, if not the most dominant reliever in all of baseball. He had always been very dominant, don't get me wrong, but he had always been walking 5-6 guys per 9. This year, that number is down closer to 2 per 9. And it's all about aiming small and missing small. And that's something that feels like some of these guys can really learn from in terms of making sure that you're making your pitch. And it doesn't always have to be 100 miles an hour, but a 99 mile an hour well-placed fastball is much more effective than a 101 right down the middle. So interesting segment that I saw earlier today on Chapman, and definitely eye-opening as we continue to look at some of these young pitchers and their progression. Want to take a second. I forgot earlier in the show to thank DSC during our deep drive of the game. As always, DSC is a leader in renewable commodities. Throw it back up there for you guys, just so you can remember. DSC is a leader in renewable commodities for biofuel production, specializing in used cooking oil collection, aggregation, and sales. Visit www.deepsouthcommodities.com for more information. As always, we appreciate our friends at DSC. And we want to take a moment to remind you that you can call or text 988 anytime, day or night. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is a place to get support for anything related to mental health. Whether it's an immediate crisis, simply wanting to find out how to connect with care, or anything in between, it's a 100% confidential, secure, and anonymous way to reach out for help when you don't know where else to turn. To connect, call or text 988 or visit mantherapy.org to get help. It's okay not to be okay. Oops. All right, Corey. Honestly, if we're being completely honest, actually, let's get to some supers real quick. I should do that before we move on. First of all, shout out to Spooky Ghost, new YouTube member. Welcome to Nutcutter Nation. We appreciate you tuning in every night.
Yes, sir.
Your comments in the chat, and appreciate you becoming a member. Putrid Talent, no Ks. How do you only have 8 hits and 2 runs? You put 30-something balls in play, and 17 of them are on the ground right at guys. That's how you do it. Putrid Talent. That's how you do it. This season has been worse to watch than last. What do you think? What do you think about that, Corey? Last year?
I don't think it's worse than last year, but by the same token, I was kind of in football mode already by this point last year, so I happened to be plugged into this season and watching watching the team night in and night out. It's getting harder and harder as we go. I'll say that. I feel like I'm almost force feeding myself now just to stay connected and stay with the Chatterbox Nation and see what's going on, because it's hard not to flip into football mode right now with everything going on. So I will agree. It has been hard to watch, worse than last year. That's kind of hard to compare for me, but it's not easy. That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels like, for whatever reason, I think probably the Tito hiring more so than anything else, but I think I came in with higher expectations this year. And so for it to go the way that it's gone and for everybody to talk all off season about needing a power bat and needing to go out and get guys that can hit the ball over the wall, it's been really disappointing. I don't remember the exact stat off the top of my head, so I don't want to butcher it, but something along the lines of in the month of August, the Reds have the fifth fewest home runs of all of Major League Baseball. So shout out to Nick Kroll. Lackluster offense. This team never gets hot. I mean, that's been the huge issue all season long, right? Is that they they're focused on trying to hit ground balls and trying to hit the ball hard and in play, and not focused on hitting the ball over the wall because, as Barry Larkin puts it, that's a rally killer. So it's been a frustrating season for sure. And, I think when you don't have guys who can hit the ball over the wall consistently, just the idea of being able to string together multiple hits in a way that allows you to score runs is unlikely in this MLB day and age. We talked about it last night. Pitching is better than it ever has been. Offense is lower than it ever has been. And unless the MLB decides to do something about that, the Reds are going to have to figure out how they can get somebody in there to hit the ball over the wall consistently. So I don't know what the answer is other than the approach has to change and the personnel has to change.
Yep. I'm to the point now where I don't care what it takes. Hurt some feelings, cut some people, DFA people. I don't care what it takes. Get our guys up from AAA up here. They seem to be winning night in and night out, and we seem to be taking the lost sandwich every single night. So I don't know. I'm just frustrated, man. I'm just completely over it. I'm tired of sitting here watching this lackluster offense. It's boring baseball. We're not scoring any runs, obviously, and so I'm just to the point now where I really don't care what it takes. Hurt some feelings, cut some guys, move some dudes. I don't care. It's just whatever it's going to take, man. A fire sale, whatever. Let's do it and let's get it over with, because I can't do this again in 2026. That's for sure, man. We've got to get ourselves into contention and fill the holes where we need to. I mean, obviously you're happy with the pitching staff, but outside of that, when you start looking up and down this lineup, I'm not sure we have one complete baseball player with all five tools. I mean, we have guys that can hit, they can't play defense. We got guys that can play defense, they can't hit for anything. So getting real tired of the ineptitude, man. I would just like to get some complete ball players in our lineup and find a way to get this done, because it's absolutely frustrating. And as a Reds fan, you've had enough of it, man. We've seen it for too long.
Oh man, I just got mentioned in a Twitter post, and I don't know if I really want to get into it, but I might anyway, just because the absurdity of it, and we'll get into it in just a second. But first, Corey, tomorrow. Oh, this is terrible. Who did this? Who did this? Oh no. All right. Well, I'll remake this for the next show. But reminder that tomorrow, Sunday, I'm hitting the road. That's because Tuesday, September 2nd, Chatterbox Reds pregame show is live from Smoke Justice in Covington, Kentucky. Make sure you join Trace Fowler and myself at Smoke Justice. Grab some bourbon, grab some barbecue, and join us at the Reds versus Blue Jays afterwards. We'll be there from 4:30 to 6:30. Again, that's this Tuesday, September 2nd. Chatterbox Reds live from Smoke Justice in Covington, Kentucky. We'll see you there. I look forward to it. All right, Corey. I don't really know that I want to do this, but I'll throw it up there anyway, just because I can. And I have no idea when this is from. I have no idea if this is photoshopped. I have no idea anything about this photo other than I was tagged in it on Twitter. Nick Kirby says the Reds season is over.
Oh, good Lord. The internet is undefeated.
I love it. I have no idea when this picture is from. I have no idea why Nick Kirby would even have this sign. I have no idea anything about it, but I love it. And as we said at the top, I think we can officially say now that the Reds sit at 500 that the Red season is over. All right. Do you have anything else to say about tonight's game, Corey?
Not about tonight's game necessarily. I mean, I don't know what else you say about the crap show that we've been watching night in and night out that it hasn't already been said. I do want to say the Chatterbox Live thing, man. I went down and made it to the last one. We missed you at the last one, Craig. It was actually really, really cool. If you guys haven't had a chance to get out there, man, please do. Smoke Justice was fantastic. It's a really cool place to host, really cool place to catch a drink. And with you guys being there too, man, it's a really cool experience. So that night at the ballpark was one of the coolest nights of my life, one of the coolest experiences I've had. So if you get a chance, man, please go down and support the boys. It's a really good time, and the people at Smoke Justice will take really good care of you too.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm looking forward to putting some faces to names for those of you in the chat that are with us every single night, trudging our way through this season. It's definitely appreciated, and I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday night at Smoke Justice. All right, let's look ahead then. Well, actually, let's go down on the farm first. Let's talk about Reds MILB. Reds had 3 games tonight. Daytona ended up being postponed due to rain, so no update from Daytona. But the Bats, they beat Columbus 9-3. They improved this 59-72 on the night. Blake Dunn was 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs in this one. Also had a double. Sal Stewart 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs. He hit a 2 RBI single in the first inning to get the Bats on the board early. Hector Rodriguez 1 for 5. Edwin Rios 1 for 4 with a home run. That's his 24th home run on the season, his 8th inning home run with 1 out there. PJ Higgins also hit a double. CES was 0 for 4 on the day. Reese Hines 0 for 4. PJ Higgins, though, 4 for 4. You know, you've got Will Banfield up here. PJ Higgins down there hitting 241. I don't know if that's ever an option or not, but he's there. Anyway, Bats win 9-3. The Chattanooga Lookouts are currently trailing Pensacola 7-1. They just scored in the top of the 9th to make it 7-1. Ethan O'Donnell with an RBI single there. Austin Hendricks scored. Jay Allen 1 for 4 in this one. Edwin Arroyo no hits. Cam Collier 0 for 4. Chattanooga just 3 hits in this game. Ethan O'Donnell, Leo Balcazar, and Jay Allen with those hits. Jay Allen's hit is a double. The other 2 are singles as they look to try and rally and come back in that one. And the Dayton Dragons are quite possibly the story of the year. If I'm correct in this, and I'm going to see if I can just confirm it, and it is, in fact, this is the Dayton Dragons' 12th win in a row. They were sitting at 34-75 on the season and have now rallied and gotten 12 straight wins, longest winning streak by any team in minor league baseball this year. Dragons are looking to tie the 23-year-old club record of 13 straight wins tomorrow night. They beat Fort Wayne 5-2 tonight. For the Dragons, Carlos Jorge 1 for 4 with 2 runs. E. Smith Pineda 1 for 4. Mason Graham 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run. Carlos Sanchez hit a double. He was 1 for 4. Carlos Jorge, I mentioned he was 1 for 4. That one hit was a triple. Yerlin Confidant 1 for 4. And John Michael Fail 1 for 4 in that one as well. Failed to give any updates on pitching. Let me just double check real quick. TJ Antone, we mentioned him the other night. He got promoted or recalled or whatever to Chattanooga. He's off the injured list and officially a member of the AA Lookouts. He pitched tonight, only went 2/3 of an innings, gave up 2 hits, 2 walks, 4 earned runs, did strike out 2. His ERA 21.6 with Chattanooga. Ethan Sikorsky also pitched in that one. He went 1 1/3 innings, 1 hit, 1 run, 2 strikeouts. And in Louisville, Adam Plutko, he went 7 innings of 4 hit, no run baseball, struck out 6 in this one. So shout out to Plutko. And then Yasser Zulueta, he went 1 inning, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, no hits, no runs. That is your Reds MILB update. Tomorrow, Reds and Cardinals are right back at it in the series finale. Reds looking to avoid getting swept in back-to-back series. Tell you what, losers of 5 straight right now, and it's not looking great. They'll turn to Brady Singer for his 27th start of the year. He's 11-9 on the year with a 4.06 ERA. Singer's been really good of late. He's allowed 1 earned run or less in 5 of his last 6 starts. During that 6-game stretch, he's thrown 35 innings, allowing just 7 total runs, a 1.80 ERA. He's got 39 strikeouts as well in those 35 innings. Last time out against Arizona, he threw 6 innings, 1 hit, 1 run baseball. As a reminder, that 1 hit was a leadoff triple from Geraldo Perdomo. He then scored on a sacrifice fly. Brady Singer went the remaining 5 innings, no hits. Singer is 0 for 3, though, in his 3 career starts against the Cardinals. But get this, his team that he pitched for in those 3 games has scored a combined 1 run in those 3 games. He has a 3.00 ERA with 15 strikeouts across 15 innings. This will be his 3rd start against the Cardinals this season. Pitched 12 innings, allowing just 6 hits and 2 runs across those 2 previous starts. But as mentioned, the Reds are 0-2 in those games. Cardinals not a ton of success against him so far. Lars Nootbaar is 1 for 5. Mason Wynn 2 for 5. Wilson Contreras is 1 for 4. Nolan Gorman 0 for 3. Thomas Sajaci 1 for 3. Mason Wynn with the solo home run off of Singer. For the Cardinals, they'll turn to Andre Palante for his 27th start of the season. He's 6-12 on the year with a 5.44 ERA. His last start of July and first start of August combined for 12 innings of 2-run baseball. But since then, his 4 starts, he's 0-4 in 17 innings pitched, 29 hits, 22 earned runs, 8 walks, and 11.65 ERA. Palante relies on 4 pitches, a 4-seamer, slider, knuckle curve, and sinker. That 4-seamer averages 94.4 miles per hour, while he'll drop his knuckle curve in there at 78 miles an hour. Get this, Corey. He's faced the Reds 17 times, including 7 starts since the start of 2024. So over the last nearly 2 seasons, he's faced the Reds 5 times, allowing just 6 earned runs in those starts, good for a 1.91 ERA. Jose Trevino leads the way with a 2 for 5 effort against him. He also hit a home run against him. Gavin Lux is 4 for 11, good for a 364 batting average. Noelvi Marte, 2 for 7. Ellie De La Cruz, 4 for 15. Cabrian Hayes, 2 for 11. Spencer Steer, 2 for 12. Espinal's 1 for 6. Benson, 1 for 7. Matt McLean, 1 for 7. TJ Friedel, 2 for 20 against Andre Palante. Maybe a good day to give Friedel a breather tomorrow. Maybe give someone else a chance in center field, although Will Benson's 1 for 7, so I don't know. Austin Hayes is 0 for 3. And Miguel Andujar 0 for 2 in his career against Palante. Corey, the Reds are looking to avoid back-to-back sweeps. They've lost 5 straight. I think we know the answer, but what do they need to do tomorrow to avoid dropping behind the Cardinals in the standings?
You got to jump on them early. I mean, Andrew Palante's having a rough August, 9.82 ERA in August, so hopefully we can find a way to take advantage of that. Obviously, your hopes aren't very high, but hey, you got to jump on him early. Hope you can get another solid outing out of Brady Singer. He's been nothing but a consummate professional, so we've gotten everything we need to get out of him. So another solid outing out of Singer. Jump on him early and try to get going. I'm not sure what else we can do, but let's avoid that second sweep in a row, and even not even for wild card standings or playoff standings or anything else anymore. Let's just play good baseball so we can end the season at least on a decent note, and I can talk a little crap at the barbershop. That's all I need. So as long as I can get that, man, we can start playing some good baseball. I'll feel a lot better about it. So we just got to get over this hump, whatever we need to do. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think the offense has got to get going. I'm just not optimistic that it happens. Would love to see them jump all over Palante tomorrow, take advantage of the fact that he is struggling. Maybe the confidence isn't there for him. But game at 12:10 tomorrow. Make sure that you know that 12:10 tomorrow due to the fireworks. As far as I know, Nick and Trace are still planning on being live at 9 o'clock tomorrow. So make sure you tune in as always, to Chatterbox Reds on Sunday night. Nick and Trace, I'm sure, will have lots of great input. And just keep in mind, tomorrow is the 31st. So if Sal Stewart is going to be eligible for the playoffs, tomorrow is the deadline for him to be added to this Reds 40-man roster. And then obviously rosters expand on Monday. So if you do get him added, maybe there's a chance that he can, in fact, get called up on Monday. But all of that remains to be seen. I'm going to go out on a limb and just say that if Sal Stewart is added to the 40-man or is brought up, that we'll probably be live to cover that. We'll obviously tweet and make sure everybody knows what the plan is if news breaks. In the meantime, we appreciate you all tuning in. If you haven't already, give us a like. This is a struggle for all of us. I know that. We appreciate you tuning in and spending a little bit of time with us on a Saturday night when I know you have multiple other options on a Labor Day weekend. But we appreciate you being here nonetheless, and appreciate you following Chatterbox Sports and all of your support throughout this entire Red season. As always, make sure you also check out Chatterbox Bengals daily content from Stone Shields. We're also live during all Bengals games and afterwards for post-game breakdowns. And the Bearcats, they're back. College football's back in action. Shout out to the Buckeyes for a big win today over number 1 Texas. The guys over at Chatterbox Bearcats, they're live after every football game, giving you a breakdown of the action on that one as well. Tough loss against Nebraska on Thursday night. But for Corey, I'm Craig Sandlin. This has been Chatterbox Reds. Until next time, everybody, enjoy your Labor Day. Stay safe. We'll see you next time.